This guide contains several esports-worthy titles that has reviewed and wholeheartedly recommends playing. In fact, many of the titles that I suggest checking out also live in our best PC games roundup, though we also toss a bone or two to console players. To be considered for inclusion in this guide, a game simply has to have official tournament support from its publisher. Though we love many of the smaller community-backed efforts, such as the incredible Tecmo Super Bowl community, I had to create a cutoff point, lest damn near every competitive game be deemed worthy. After developing two excellent but overlooked Titanfall games, developer Respawn finally achieved the success it always deserved thanks to smash hit battle royale shooter Apex Legends. Set in the Titanfall universe, Apex Legends lets you control nimble mercenaries instead of hulking robots. Fortunately, these colorful characters come equipped with many unique abilities. For example, you can travel between dimensions as Wraith or cloak yourself and create holograms as Mirage. In addition, clever communication tools keep teams coordinated. Apex Legends' tremendous momentum continues thanks to its ongoing tournaments, the Apex Legends Global Series. The original Warzone proved that Call of Duty still had plenty to offer shooter fans in the increasingly crowded battle royale space. Warzone 2.0 is a full-on sequel that launched alongside Modern Warfare 2. With it, you can enjoy a new map and mode. The original Warzone still exists, a series this mainstream won't leave so many players behind without warning. However, version 2 is the newest hotness going forward for top players who want to test their mettle in top tournaments. Easy to learn, hard to master. This phrase is used to describe many things, especially in gaming. Few titles exemplify that mantra more than Defense of the Ancients 2, one of the most popular multiplayer online battle arena games on the planet. This free-to-play MOBO tasks you with selecting one of more than 100 playable heroes to take to the battlefield, utilizing that character's unique abilities, playstyle, and attributes to help your team achieve victory. Sure, the MOBA genre proves inscrutable to viewers who are unfamiliar with the play mechanics, but the annual Dota 2 International has insane cash pots and stiff competition that makes the game an esport worth watching if you're willing to learn the ropes. Beside Fist of the North Star and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, there are few anime properties as intrinsically suited to the fighting game treatment as the Dragon Ball series. Spanning multiple series, movies, and generations of characters, Akira Toriyama's manga-turned-anime-turned-game series is all about buff monkey men, humans, aliens, and androids trading blows in actual earth-shattering battles. The series' latest video game adaptation, Dragon Ball FighterZ, ditches the Xenoverse game's arena brawling model in favor of 3 versus 3 tag team fighting on a 2D plane. The gameplay shift is just one of the many reasons Dragon Ball FighterZ is being held aloft as one of the most intriguing esports titles. Its beautiful design, intense combat, and accessible control scheme add up to a game that anyone can jump into for Super Saiyan thrills. Besides appearing at EVO, the anime fighter has an expanded competitive scene courtesy of Bandai Namco's Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour. Fortnite is the battle royale game to beat. In fact, Epic Games confirmed in early 2020 that Fortnite hosted an incredible 12.3 million concurrent players in one record-breaking session, thanks to an in-game Travis Scott concert. Fortnite's popularity is off the charts. Fortnite has a lot going for it, including approachable gameplay modes, bright and zany graphics, and an excellent construction system. Iffy combat in the presence of microtransactions detracts from the experience, but as it is a free-to-play game, fans of the genre should still give it a shot. The title is on virtually every platform that plays video games. 2019's inaugural Fortnite World Cup saw 16-year-old Kyle Boogha Giersdorf take home $3 million from a $30 million prize pool. SNK's latest entry in the long-running The King of Fighters series is one of the best competitive fighting games on the market, and a big step up from its predecessor. No wonder it was a main event at EVO 2023. KOF's 5 features a creative new combat system, an excellent aesthetic with colorful stages and ray tracing, and the large varied roster we expect from the franchise. Matchmaking is occasionally unreliable, but excellent rollback netcode elevates online play. League of Legends, Riot Games' free-to-play, multiplayer online battle arena title, is simply put, the best MOBA game you can buy. Its gameplay incorporates elements of role-playing, tower defense, and real-time strategy, a combination that differentiates it from the many cookie-cutter MOBAs that have flooded the market. League of Legends accessibility is one of its highlights, but that does not mean it lacks complex core gameplay elements. The way skill shots, cooldowns, unique abilities, and equipment work in tandem makes League of Legends the face of MOBA gaming, outclassing the likes of Dota 2 and Heroes of the Storm. In terms of esports, Riot Games supports the title via the League of Legends Championship Series. The tournament boasts a prize pool of more than $2 million. With Mortal Kombat 1, the famously bloody fighting game finally breaks free of its infamously stiff gameplay mechanics. Thanks to high-flying air combos and creative tag-team cameo fighters, MK1 is as fun to play as it is for horrified onlookers to watch. Juggling 2 characters at once gives skilled combatants more options to consider when making competitive choices. And the game's rich single-player modes offer many ways to practice before facing down live foes. NetherRealm Studios supports Mortal Kombat 1 via its Mortal Kombat Pro Competition Esports initiative. Shooters don't always have to be dark, gritty, or realistic. Cartoony fun has its place, even in gun-filled PC games. That place has been filled by Valve's Team Fortress 2 for nearly a decade. But now Blizzard's taken the reins with Overwatch. It takes all of Team Fortress 2's hallmarks, such as colorful levels, multiple game modes that focus on teams attacking and defending, and cool characters with vastly different playstyles, and adds a few MOBA-like twists. Overwatch 2 completely replaces the original game, which you can no longer play. Fortunately, it remains a thoroughly enjoyable first-person shooter that's filled with mechanical variety thanks to the game's many heroes and classes. As you might expect, it has developed a highly successful esports scene. Blizzard supports the Overwatch competitive scene with several esports initiatives, including the Overwatch World Cup. Like many other games in the open-world survival or first-person shooter genres, the primary goal of PUBZ is to be the last player alive. However, PUBZ doesn't adhere to the genre norms. It takes some of the best aspects of open-world games, combines it with the mechanics of a good first-person shooter, and accommodates a player base typical of MMOs. There's also a good balance of gameplay elements. For example, you get to choose where to parachute down on the map, everyone starts without a weapon, and there's a deadly and giant shimmering blue dome that reduces the playable area every so often. It's tense but extremely entertaining. The PUBG Global Invitational has a prize pool of more than $2 million. 2015's out-of-nowhere hit is one of the few sports games not associated with a real-life league that receives massive esports love. Rocket League, with its fast car-based gameplay, explosive hits, and thrilling shots on goal, is a raw thrill, especially when it's played by professionals. Seriously, if you thought your last-second score was impressive, wait until you see someone with supreme skills drive up a wall, flip off it, and score from center field. The Rocket League Championship Series is where you'll find the world's best players pulling off incredible maneuvers. The most recent competition featured a $1 million prize pool. The original Samurai Showdown found an audience back in the 1990s thanks to its unique weapon-based bouts, feudal Japanese setting, and bloody flourishes. Still, it was a tough fighting game for some people to pick up due to the methodical combat and shocking damage scaling. Characters hit brutally hard, so a few simple mistakes could cost you the match in your quarter. Despite no new series entries in more than a decade, developer SNK rebooted Samurai Showdown, preserving many of the classic gameplay mechanics that made the original game so memorable. Samurai Showdown became an EVO game in its first year, 2019, and is also supported by the SNK Esports support program. This past show, the tourney winner took home $3,000. What's a real-time strategy, RTS, title to do in a gaming landscape packed with MOBAs? If you're talking StarCraft ill, the answer is simple. Continue to offer best-in-class gameplay and multi-million-dollar cash prizes. The StarCraft II Legacy of the Void expansion has the military strategy that diehards adore, while simultaneously serving as a fantastic conclusion to developer Blizzard's saga. It's truly one of the most satisfying strategy games ever made, though novice RTS viewers may not appreciate all the complexities on display during high-level play. In 2020, Blizzard announced its long-running World Championship Series would be replaced by ESL Pro Tour StarCraft II and DreamHack SC2 Masters. Rising from the ashes of Street Fighter V's rocky start, Street Fighter VI emerges triumphant as a modern fighting game masterpiece that does right by its prestigious pedigree. It may very well be the most accessible esports title for people who don't identify as gamers. The simple premise of two people punching themselves unconscious is one that's damn near universal. The idea has existed in many forms, including ancient gladiator clashes, professional boxing, and UFC, and is instantly recognizable, despite the Hadokens, sonic booms, and other ridiculous superpowered attacks. New modern controls let even more players compete. As a result, Street Fighter VI is set to be one of the rare esports games that receive significant mainstream airtime. Capcom supported Street Fighter V with several high-profile tournaments being broadcast on Disney XD, ESPN2, and TBS. Hopefully, Street Fighter VI will get the same treatment. Meanwhile, the Capcom Pro Tour series recently had a cash pool that topped $2 million. Nintendo may try to pretend otherwise, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a fighting game with as much competitive merit as any other. As the biggest and best example of a platform fighter, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's mechanics blend combat and movement in ways unlike traditional fighting games. Ganondorf's powerful attacks don't count for much when he can't jump his way back onto the stage. Between the massive cast of varied characters and frantic pace of fights, keeping up with it all becomes its own challenge. While the company still likes to keep the competitive community at arm's length, Nintendo does sponsor regular Super Smash Bros. Ultimate tournaments. But even if that support dries up, the grassroots community will keep this scene alive for years to come. So join them. Everyone is here. Note that Nintendo is infamously finicky when it comes to officially supporting Smash. Sometimes it's at a major, sometimes it's not. Tekken 8, like the mainline Tekken games that came before it, is a tale of fathers and sons attempting to murder each other to purge the Mishima clan from the Devil Gene, a magical DNA bit that transforms certain people into Hellspawn. Though Tekken 8 is known for its single-player story, the game thrives as an esport title due to its multiple fighting styles, 3D movement, which creates new avenues for attacking and dodging, and slow-motion effects that kick in when both fighters' life bars are low and they perform simultaneous close-quarter melee attacks. High-level play results in many Kung Fu theater-like moments you won't see in rival fighting games. The Tekken World Tour is where the best pro players duke it out, for prizes totaling nearly $200,000.